So, question 24. Let's see if we can help Pauline sort out her cabbages. So, we are trying to decide whether the binomial probability distribution is appropriate. The first thing to decide is whether we have a fixed number of trials. And of course, yes, there are only 5 cabbages being harvested, so that's a fixed number of trials. A clear definition of success and failure. Well, we can assume that Pauline is adept at deciding whether they have green fly or not. So I would say we can put a tick against both of these two. What about the constant probability of success? Well, success in this case is going to be that the cabbage has green fly. It doesn't sound like success to me, but nevertheless, that's what we're going to do. Is a green fly equally likely to land on the first cabbage as it is the 15th cabbage in the patch? And I would say probably the answer is yes to that one as well. So then we get the final question, which is whether the outcome is independent of all of the others. Well, this is where I start to have concerns, because if we've got a particular cabbage which Pauline is picking, which has got green fly, then I would say there's a greater chance that that's likely to have affected the probability of the nearby cabbages to that one having green fly. So I would question whether we would be able to say that the independence criteria is satisfied. So I would be saying, well, we might not be able to use the binomial distribution. It may not be an appropriate model. But the question asks us now to assume that it is. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, if the binomial probability distribution is the right one to use, then it will have this probability distribution here, binomial 5, 0.2. 0.2 is the probability given in the question. And the question asks us to find the probability that fewer than 2 of them. So probability that x is less than 2. If you're going to use a calculator to do this, some calculators only give the probability that x is less than or equal to a number. So we would have to use the probability that x is less than or equal to 1. And the answer then is 0.7373. So how did you get on with that one? I hope you got the same answer. I hope I haven't made a mistake. Anyway, if you've got the same answer, well done. We'll move on.